now. The gamer room is just done already because, what are you doing in my gamer room? Anyway, so all we got to do in the gamer room right now is basically just install bookcases, and I think I'm gonna keep that projector there because we don't use it for anything else. Why is it in the middle of my floor? So we're going to I gotta finish that wall right there too. We're gonna install the bookcase later on. But the theater room, let's talk about the theater room. So we put the paint down already. And voila. Go peel my tape off right here. I'll tell you one thing. This was definitely a very interesting job. Man, whoever sat there and told me that the theater room is something else, man. If you haven't built one of these yet, if you haven't even started on one of these yet, yeah, this will give you a whole different insight on home theater setup. Man, it's interesting. It's interesting. Almost there. We get the lumber this week. Boy, I'm telling you, the research we had to put in for the floor, man, was something else. I didn't know that you could basically get a paint for this. And the paint we had to get basically had to be water-based because of my lungs. I couldn't have something I could breathe with no problem. It would give me strong odor. And this stuff is absolutely incredible. One coat application, one on extremely quick. Now, remember I told you that Titans are black, but they have a strange color to them? This is all Titan technology all through here. This is everyday paint. That's why I said that 38s have the same strange color attached to them too. They don't match black paint. But still, let's get back to this real quick. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Finally, I got one. Finally, I talked about this for a while, but wanting to have my own dedicated theater room setup, and I got one. And I have to thank that guy over on the forum site for basically pointing me in this direction because I didn't think I had enough room for it. Because everybody else had these huge, massive rooms in there. I'm thinking like, wow, that's freaking incredible. But the guy was like, no, you can still do it. A few people came in and the rooms were a little smaller than this. They said you could do the same thing. You just have to be able to space everything out, but you can have one in here. And I'm telling you, I freaking love it, man. I love it. People all right, we're back. Another thing too, remember when I told you how I was doing the display for the ceiling and the floor? We're getting a lot of applications from people that are now utilizing our technology for more than just home theater. They're using it for their art projects, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to actually utilize our technology for more than just that. But now we can start talking about real dedicated theater room setup because, you know, like I said, I had some nice theater rooms downstairs, but it's not the real thing. This is an experience on its own by itself on setting one of these up. I mean, you have to have the seating just right. And I'm still not done with the floor paint because I still got some sections in here. But man, we got to start working on getting the screen put in next. I freaking love this. Where's my stand at and everything? Man, I love this. I love it. God is good. God is amazing. He blesses us to have a lot of wonderful things. That's what I love about the Lord, you know. And not only, you know, the fellow who helped us out with this, but I give credit to my Lord and Savior always because he's the one that gave us the knowledge and insight how to put this together. Because the guy was showing me the size of the room and how I could do it with the seating and everything. But the idea of putting up the stage and all that stuff and doing it this way all came from God. I don't have any of this stuff wired up. Let me see something for a minute. Man. Taco, we're gonna have popcorn pretty soon, Taco. Taco downstairs, mine is open. It's like, man, don't leave me alone. I'm so happy about this. I'm so happy. God is so good. God is always taking care of you. Always so good. I'm happy about this. The paint we picked out was perfect. Nothing was too strong or too heavy. It was perfect. Perfect. I can breathe with no problem. I freaking love this so much. Because one thing I didn't like was the floors. The floors, oh man, it looks so much better. Yeah, with the screen. Like I said, this is not going to be the main screen right here. This is just basically for us to size it out on how big we want it. And this gives me an idea of where I got to put the, where I have to put the frame and how big we're going to build the acoustic screen and all that good stuff. All right. Let me go in and get some of this stuff down here off the projector. I don't know if my stand is. I think my stand is here. I think it might be in the next room. I want to set my screen up a little bit in here. Oh, I'm happy with that, man. The floors make it look so much better when the floors are done. I thought we'd have to do the same thing in here, but we don't, because the floors in there are nice and clean. I love this. I cannot wait. So the chair's gone. The black chair is back downstairs. I'm gonna put the order in for my lumber and my LED lights. Get that done. And then once the platform's done, I'll put my order in for my chairs. I'm gonna do all red chairs in here. Nice red chairs. That's what I'm doing. I am so happy with this. So now I can go back to the Elitis and I can say, hey, look, I got me a dedicated theater room set up. Check it out, guys. That's what the guy was talking about. I said, man, you designed all that stuff. You mean to tell me you don't have a dedicated theater room set up yet? I was like, you know what? You're right. So now we got one. And I'm going to tell you something. You know, for those people that, we had a few people call us upset already. It is what it is. They got to place the orders, okay? You can't go around doing fake stuff at the end of the day. Back your products up. But let me explain something too, on top of that. Saying that you do dedicated theater rooms, we can't say that until you actually build one. And literally, I figured out some interesting stuff as I was putting all this together, that when I said I had downstairs, we had a dedicated theater room because we had a 235.1 downstairs. That made it dedicated, but not really dedicated. This is dedicated. You have to do a whole lot to do it. Man, it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to put together. But you can't just come on air and say that you did this, that, and the other without having the experience of doing it. And some people will sit there and say, well, we can do this and we do that. How do you know? You have to have the experience. And I'm glad that I took the time out to do this because, again, it is an experience. It's definitely an experience at the end of the day. So now I can put that on my belt. If somebody says, well, have you ever done a dedicated theater room? Yes, we have. We've done one right here. Here's the pictures, the videos, how we put it together, the whole 9 yards, everything. We have that experience in doing that. And when these people come out here saying that, oh, we're professional. No, you're not professionals at the end of the day because you don't have the experience. That's what it comes down to. Man, I'm loving this. I'm going to hook up my whatchamacallit real quick. This is always fire stick, right? It's a fire stick. We don't need the sound stick on it, but I just want to see if this is going to work. Oh, I got curtains on the board. Curtains. Yes. Now, for those of you who saw the comments of telling us, thank you so much. I appreciate it for saying congratulations on the room and everything. As for the speaker system, the guy made the suggested speaker system. Thank you so much. I looked into it. We're trying to keep everything in here affordable for everybody. So we're trying to build this thing on a very affordable price that the everyday Joe can come in and put together himself. But thank you so much. But I'm definitely going to take that into consideration for something else. I do appreciate that. We had a few people comment and ask us about what kind of system we're going to put in, stuff like that. I do appreciate that. What's this going on? Hey, God, it's been good. God's been good. We got blessed with 2 church contracts that we're working on right now. So the Dedicated Christian Paint is coming back out with a new form of advanced technology attached to it. We got 2 church contracts on top of that. God's been blessing our hand. See that? We got this set up. I can't believe we got this. We're gonna have this done pretty soon. Seeing the floor done, I'm happy. I'm so happy. We got the remote controls for this, right? So we got this screen here to give us an idea on how big we have to build the screen, and the screen has to be built around a stage because we have a stage coming in. We're going to build around it, so it's going to be a lot of interesting work. Hey, Tapo, there you go. Hey, buddy. Come here. Are you running for me? Tactical man. All right. So we had the screen pushed over in a little corner right here. And having it in a little corner over there, we couldn't tell exactly how big the screen had to be. So what we did was we bought a 180-inch of the surface, laid it across the wall, so we can get an idea how big the screen's going to have to be and where we have to build in the stage. Because the stage we're going to need to connect the curtains on so it moves back and forth. Because we no way in the world I'm going to be able to put an acoustic screen. It's going to be so a couple inches away from the wall for the speakers, and then the stage is going to have to be attached to the actual curtains over there. So in order to figure out exactly how big we need to make the screen, we had to put a huge piece of material across it, which is a 38 Black Widow coating, to see exactly how big the screen would have to grow, or how big it would have to be. So we got an idea. And she's been acting really buggy. I gotta check my battery pack on this unit because she's been acting crazy. So that's the screen size we're going to get. Man, that floor paint is absolutely amazing, man. They were not joking. Read all the reviews on it, came out fantastic. Easy to coat, seeped in nicely. I am so happy with this. You have no idea how happy I am with this. And for those of you who said, congratulations, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. This was an experience, I'll tell you that much. It definitely was. It's a little easier if you're setting a screen up, but we're building an actual stage, like a movie theater stage. So the screen can sit on top of it, because this whole section is going to have a whole crazy build to it, because the acoustic screen is designed to come out of the stage and pop back in. So that's what we're building. So that's going to be completely something interesting right there. I can't wait to do. When you go to a movie theater, you usually got this stage with the screen sitting up on top of, and that's what I want here with the curtains and everything. The floor, which is also too kind of interesting, because how we have to raise the chairs up. The chairs in the back are going to be higher than the chairs at the bottom. So that is definitely going to be interesting. I tell you one thing, when you're doing the floors, you definitely got to make sure that if you spill this stuff anyplace else, make sure you get it wiped up right away, because this stuff seals and bonds to the floor quite nicely. So right now we're on the Chrissy LW505 projector, which is a projector I like to use for my demonstrations. And this projector is incredible for this for this area. Fantastic, perfect. Hey, Swamp Beaver. What time we got here? Okay, because I don't want to go too far in this because I got some things we got to do today. All right, I got to go because I just want to show this off. Okay, but Bully's happy about it. I'm gonna jump on Instagram and show them the whole setup real quick. I know they're gonna get a kick out of it. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I gotta go. Just want to show you the floor is finally done. And that's basically about it. Gotta go and God bless.